So all that time had passed. Pimp come home in, what, 06, 07. I was living in Dallas at the time. So, getting back to each other when they'd come through Club Blue in Dallas, Pimp and Ken is a good friend and big bro and big uncle, you know what I mean, to all of us in that sense. So Pimp and Ken are calling, try to keep me and Pimp C together. Anytime Pimp was coming to town, he gonna call me and tell me where to go meet him at. So I'll meet him at Club Blue and all that. We shoot the shit, do whatever. I gave Pimp a song for me, him, and Bun, a real super dope Pimp record. I forget what that's called. But before he could record that record, like I said, here again, his untimely demise. But before I forget, yeah, so much come to mind thinking about Pimp. But different things, man. So yeah. When I think about Pimp, man, yeah, I'm a, open book to that. But Pimp and Ken, that's what I was saying. We was he called me up for a weekend where they were shooting that movie, The Best of Both Worlds. You know what I mean? And with between the rap game and the Pimp game. So he had all of us up there, a star-studded bunch. 8-Ball, MJG, Shauna was up there. Cold Hard from Crucial Conflict is one of my loving and dearing brothers, man, out the flick, man, out the shot. But I hadn't saw Pimp since he came home from the pen. When I was in Dallas, I was at a club one night performing. I heard somebody come on stage, the MC after that, say, man, long live the Pimp, free the Pimp home. So I was like, man, Pimp C home, blase out. And didn't know that. But fast forward in the tape, we're gonna go back to Milwaukee when the H-Town, the All-Star weekend in H-Town took place. I had a chance to go on out there with Sebo and a few of my brothers from Oakland. And got an RV, shouts out to Reggie Swin, used to play for the Cowboys. He rented the RV, sent us down, and we had a good time that weekend. So out of all the clubs we could have went to, and y'all know how packed that was. Prince, Beyonce, the Jay-Z was there. H-Town was, bananas that weekend. It was hard to park. We had to park up a couple of blocks and walk to the club Bodega. So we're in the back of it, and I hear a nigga cross the parking lot. I looked, had pulled up in that gray Bentley. Jumped out with the chinchilla, bald head, and the glasses. So I'm looking across the way. I said, man, that's Pimp. I had a beanie on, so he couldn't recognize me. I said, man, that's Pimp. And I heard Pimp say that, hey, old fuck ass nigga. Hey, man, move, nigga. Get your motherfucker move. I said, damn. So it was in my area. I said, damn, who he talking to? I hope he ain't talking to me or, what's happening. So when that happened, the killer Plex and the misidentity, I walked up on him and lifted my beanie up. I said, what's up, nigga? And he say, Bleed, what's happening, man? Grab me and hug me. He said, man, get you and all your people. Sebo was standing in the back. All us still waiting to get in the club. It was that packed. And he said, get all your people, man, and y'all come on in with me. I say, Pimp, I'm good. Zero was there that night. I actually got Zero in the club. He had just whooped the nigga ass and got put out. So I had met Zero face to face that night. And all us his partners, shouts out to him and Trey. You know what I mean? Assholes by nature, man, for life. But I say, nah, Pimp, I'm good. I'm going through the front. I just came back here to tell you, man, welcome back to this side. Good to see you. Grabbed and hugged him and told him I'll meet you on the inside. But unfortunately, Hurricane Katrina had happened, and New Orleans was warm with everybody, and definitely in Texas and, Baton Rouge, everywhere they was posted. The street boys was doing street things. It was open hearts and open minds to some people across the country when everybody had to evacuate. So it was that Plex in the air. And who that was, Chopper come on stage. Had a couple of H-Town local acts had performed, and Chopper was the first main artist to perform. You know what I mean? It was, I'm gonna say HBO, Cinemax, and one of them was upstairs. I went in the VIP, hung with Sebo and them and all that kind of shit. So we make our way trying to go downstairs to see the show. And so halfway, we get through the crowd. And I met Yuck Mouth face to face that night too, because he was still on Rap-A-Lot in Houston. So I had a glass of Patron. I'm sipping my Patron, coming through the little audience. A few people knew and recognized me, so I stopped doing the number exchange thing, taking pictures with people. My Oakland guys with me. And from one side of the club, we see we see somebody come off the stage, and I think take like a Pepsi bottle crate or something and crack somebody in the head. So the people from the audience were fighting, chopping them and they boys on stage. And all them boys come on stage, so that started moving the crowd. And you saw the sway of the crowd. You done been in that type of environment. You say what you gonna do until shit happen. And in real time, shit have a tendency to slow down on you, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily see the wave my back to it. So I hear my niggas from Oakland say, get bleed. And I looked up, still had my glass of Patron holding my shit, and they pushed me in the chest all the way backwards out the door while I had that Patron. We got a little side shit, jump a little fence, head back like we going to the RV, but it looked like the fight had chilled out and that type of shit. So we go back in the club. Then the shit happened again, so we end up having to leave. But fast forward in the tape, that was Pimp coming home. And it'll be a year or two later, we in Milwaukee with Pimp and Ken call us up. So we in the club performing, doing whatever. Pimp come on through. And I grabbed and hugged Pimp. It's a picture we took that got me, Pimp C, Pimp and Ken. I forget my guy had the gate interior, Don Fetty up there in Milwaukee, Paper Chase and all them guys, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to Playboy Maroy. All us was together in Milwaukee. And I want to say my first time, or maybe second time, you know, dealing with Ken. But was in Milwaukee. And Pimp welcomed me through, I welcomed him, and we kicked it. And I saw, you know, his stomach was kind of big. So I was wondering, you know, we know about P-Mouse and all that shit they get you in jail. He didn't look like that when I knew him before he went in. So we talked, and from that he started telling me about UGK records. Later on that night we had some one-on-one time, and he come to me look like a kid, man. I saw the star in his eye. I all but fell off the side of the curb, was standing in the street and say, bleed, what's happening? Rubbing his hand, what you want to do? Nigga, shit, whatever you doing, shit, let's go. That was my opportunity to get back and work hands-on with Pimp. And eventually, you know, we talked about Wood Wheel Records and UGK Records when they was building. And shouts out to all them boys. Rest in peace to Avery P, man. Y'all know we real suited up soldiers. I ain't no fugazi. So we talked about doing that, and I want to say, and even that night and somewhere along the lines, I told Pimp, man, I said, bro, I didn't know you produced that Brain and All. He said, bleed, you ended up with that record. I said, yeah. He said, I'm glad you got it. He said, it's really made for Mystical, a Mystical record of the 504 boys. But I ended up with that record, you know what I'm saying? And was able to talk to our brother before he passed away on us, and he gave me his blessings, you know what I mean? And from that, we planned on doing something all the time, you know, and I used to try to book him for solo shows and stuff like that. And he said, bleed, I ain't never did a solo album. I said, well, Pimp, all I do is do my verses. You know, I got collabos, you know, it was a collaborated time, you know, back in hip-hop, it was just one man if he had a feature on the record. But it was that time, and definitely for the South. So I was saying, all I do is my verses, man, you know, do a 20-minute or better set, and, you know, I could just book you like that, you know, because guys wanted Pimp when they first came home. And I want to say I watched them clock some of, but I know they made up $500,000 or better off of features with him and Pimp and Ken when he come home. So I was always in that circle with them, and we had plans again for the future, y'all. And sometime in 2007, I was still living in Dallas and wake up to one of my old school homeboys that I grew up with that moved to the A, Garfield Smith, called me. We call him Cat, or Cat Daddy. So Cat had text me early in the morning and say, hey man, you know, Pimp C was found dead in California. So I'm like, no, hold up, man. I just talked to Pimp probably a few weeks or so, or maybe even a couple of months, whenever he had that wreck, or somebody wrecked him when they were shooting a video in H-Town. So I called Pimp and said, hey man, I'm in Dallas, bro. What's happening, man? I heard you, you know, whoop, 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 nigga was shooting at you or something. He said, nah, nigga. If nigga was shooting at me, it'll be World War III. We was shooting a video, and nigga come around the corner, nigga shooting at him or running from the police or something, and ran into my Bentley. So I had a minor concussion. I just left New York and recorded with Daddy Kane and Cool G Rap. You know what I mean? So it was beautiful. But I said, let me know something. I'm right up this slab. I ain't scared of that slab. So he said, yeah, I'm good. We'll die laughing, you know what I'm saying? And one other thing I'm going to say. Pimp was the type of brother, me and Barn is cool too, but I had a little bit more up close and personal. In the Black Forest Theater, him and Barn, we done performed together, we done kicked it so many places. But I remember he called me on a Sunday, and I said, Pimp, you know, it's like for about 10 grand. You know, my guy Reggie Swinton was trying to pay him to come to Arkansas and do a show. So he say, bleed on. I say, Pimp, we ain't finished doing it yet. He ain't came with the money or nothing yet. He say, bleed, I ain't call you about no goddamn money, nigga. I just called to see how you was doing. And that blessed my heart. So that mean a lot to real niggas. When another real nigga call you and get that voucher and you on, it's the thought that count. So, you know, here again, and reference and reminisce to our brother, man. That's some of my Pimp C stories, man, from my brother Hezeleo. Take that, chop it up, and let's make it do what it do. To be continued, man. UGK for life. Y'all know what it is. We're going to continue to hold it down. Long live and rest in paradise to the pimp. Yada I mean.